Howdy, peeps. Today, we're going to talk about how owning your life can help you as a single Latter-day Saint to have more joy in your life. Join the Journey Radio starts right now.
Welcome to the infusion of positive energy into the lives of single Latter-day Saints everywhere. This is Joy in the Journey Radio.
And welcome back, peeps, to another wonderful, splendiferous, joyous episode of Join the Journey Radio. I am Lance, your host for Join the Journey Radio, and this is episode number 386. Own it all. That's right. Own it all, people. Every last iota. If you're viewing the program live today, please join the chat. Tell us where you're from. If you're viewing the program at a later time, leave a comment down below. Let us know where you're from because that will help us with the algorithms. So today we're going to be revisiting a topic that longtime audience members will easily recognize, but it's good to review the basic principles that we espouse here on Join the Journey Radio. That topic is ownership, as in owning your life. Far too many LDS singles tell themselves the wrong story, and that story has them turned away from joy and turned towards despair. Now, everyone has a story. This is a narrative that we tell ourselves that helps us make sense out of the events of our lives. That story then feeds into the way we think, supporting the habits of thinking we have and the assumptions that underlie those habits. It is for this reason that the story we tell ourselves needs to be true, because if it isn't, then our story will support less effective habits of thinking, and that will lead to reinforcing our investment in our fake world that differs from the real world. The stronger that reinforcement, the stronger the shock when we eventually realize what the real world really is, and sooner or later, that realization comes to everyone. Christ taught that the truth shall set you free. That is true. The truth will indeed set you free, but first it will make you feel very uncomfortable. Yet, better to endure a small amount of discomfort on the road to freedom than a strong shock that sends you reeling. And that means confronting the story or narrative you tell yourself and replacing any false parts with the truth. One of the false narratives that I have observed many LDS singles tell themselves is that their life is primarily the result of the choices other people made against them. They don't do this because they're single. They do it because they're people. It's much easier simply to ascribe responsibility to someone else rather than accept it for oneself. But with that convenience comes a victim mentality, that you are not really in control of your life, but entirely at the mercy of what other people decide. And I know how this works because when I was younger in my 20s, this pretty much describes me to a T. Now, the more you focus on that lack of control, the more your reality feels out of control. It then becomes easier to use negative life experience as evidence, putting that in air quotes, evidence of your victimhood. And you can enter a self-sustaining cycle of despair and hopelessness. There's a way out of that, however. You must replace the false parts of your story with the truth, because the truth will set you free. But first, it will make you feel uncomfortable. The truth is that you are not a victim unless you really want to be, because you have agency. You decide what you think. You decide what you believe. You decide what you do. You decide what the events in your life mean. You decide what story to tell yourself. You can choose to be a victor, or you can choose to be a victim. But with the choice to become a victor comes responsibility, and you must accept it all. Did something good happen in your life? Own it all. Did something bad happen in your life? Own it all. Did you make mistakes that placed you where you are now? Own it all. Did other people make choices that affected you without consulting you first? Own it all. Wait, what's that? Oh, you don't think you should be responsible for choices you didn't make? Own it all anyway. You see, that is the dirty little secret to having more joy in your single years. Taking responsibility for everything in your life and owning it all will bring you into a different space than the one where the victims live. When you own everything in your life, good or bad, your choice or the choice of someone else, you take responsibility for doing something about it. And when you focus on what you can do to make a difference in your life, your reality becomes filled with possibility. When you focus on what you do have that you could leverage in your favor, your reality becomes filled with abundance. The more you do what you can with what you have, the more you can do, and the more you have. The more you do and the more you have, the more you are the victor and not a victim. And it's that movement towards your best self that produces joy. Now, here's an example. A guy asks a girl out, a girl rejects him. Pretty typical, right? Guy has two choices at this point. He can be a victim and focus on how someone else made a choice against him and tell himself the story that he will never succeed because here is evidence that he is a failure. Or he can be a victor and focus on the different choices he might have made that could have produced a better outcome and tell himself that failure is just an event and resolve to use his evidence to learn how to do better next time. If he takes the first choice, he'll probably quit trying. If he takes the second choice, he can improve upon himself and eventually succeed. That's how owning it all can help you have more joy in your single years. Taking responsibility for everything that happens, good or bad, your choice or the choice of someone else will set you on the path of action. As you act, you turn your focus to what you can do, and that focus leads to a reality of confidence. That confidence helps you to do more and to learn more and to improve what you can control. And it is increasing the influence that what you do control exerts in your surroundings. That's what influences other people and their choices. So, most people are going to be swayed to choose in your favor if you influence them enough in the right way. Owning your life opens the door you need to enter to learn how to do that. Now, that usually happens one step at a time. I mean, this is not going to be some overnight thing. I know we're the microwave generation. We want everything to be happen, boom, you know, super quick. But, you're going to have to accumulate a lot of small gains here before you start getting to that point. But when you own all your life, you commit to going the distance. So it's okay. You have to accumulate the small gains first before you finally see enough results. The truth will set you free, but first, it will make you feel very uncomfortable. When you own all your life, you endure the discomfort and break through to the other side, a place where you are free to be a victor and not a victim, a place where you can choose for yourself, a place where you can be all that you were meant to be. Own it all and get on the train that will take you to your best self. Doing that will bring you more joy in your journey. All right. So checking things out here in the chat. I'm not really, not seeing anybody here. So, if you do join the live stream, you can, hop in the chat and, this is the point of the program where we can like respond to whatever it is you have. I mean, you could come in and say, well, you're full of baloney. And I would say, okay, we'll agree to disagree. Or you could ask questions. You want more information, or yeah, this seems right, but I'm not sure about this one part. Or you could, make your own comment, add to the information that's being provided here in the program. Because the whole idea is that, we need to be helping other people. Lots of Latter-day Saint singles are in pain. And that's why I developed Join the Journey Radio. I'm trying to alleviate pain. So hopefully something, I'm sharing here and in other parts of the program are helpful to you. Because that's my whole purpose here. I'm trying to bring people together, create a community of singles that will help one another. So if you find this helpful, leave a comment down below. Because nobody in the chat. So any comment you make is going to have to be made after the program airs. So go ahead and leave a comment down below, and let us know. Is this helpful? Is this not helpful? Is there a topic that you would like us to look at Join the Journey Radio and discuss? Is there a topic you are willing to come on the program and discuss? As I said in the program today, it's like action is the key, right? So when you own all your life, you're willing to take action to thrive in your single years. So yeah, let's get on that action train, and let's go for a little ride, riding our way to joy on the joy train. I should do that. I should have like picture this for a minute. I just had inspiration. So there's this old show from the 70s called Soul Train. I should have like graphics like that, it's like the train going by. Oh yeah, this only my train's gonna be the joy train. Come on aboard the joy train. Maybe I'll do that, maybe I won't. Kind of a funny thought. Um, you think that's a good idea? Leave a comment down below. If you don't think it's a good idea, leave a comment down below. Please leave comments. Help us with the algorithms. If you find our content helpful, even if some of it's helpful, if some of the content's not helpful to you, then just, throw it away. But if some of the content is helpful to you, please like, subscribe, share our content so that the algorithms can, get the clue and push our content out to help even more Latter-day Saint singles. So that's all I got for you this week, peeps. Until next time, this is your host reminding you there is joy to be had all along your journey. So take that joy, journey on.